Learning a foreign language isn't easy. Getting the right help will make it a lot easier. VL Language School will put you on track to learning a new language in Phuket. Go to schoolphuket.com.
Welcome to Phuket News TV. Well, today we've got a very special interview. A gentleman called Mr. Kaipo Ho, who's come all the way here to Phuket to have a talk about a subject very dear and near to him. His name is Mr. Kaipo Ho. He's the manager of cultural experiences for the Outrigger Group. I remembered it. And he's got some very important messages to talk about not only the Outrigger Group, but also the hotel industry here in Phuket and around the world. You're watching Phuket News TV. We'll be back with Mr. Kaipo Ho right after this.
Take your family, take your friends, or even take your colleagues on an extreme adventure. Climb a tree, swing freely from tree to tree, and enjoy walkways and other fun challenges. Call 076 383 689 or go to extremeadventuresphuket.com.
Kaipo, welcome, and thank you very much for talking to us here on Phuket News TV. Firstly, what is the Outrigger Way? Because this is something that we've been reading about, but what is different about Outrigger Hotels?
Well, Outrigger's culture is based on some very simplistic concepts, and it's all about caring for our guests, caring for each other, and caring for our places with our values as our guide. And that last portion of that definition, with our values as our guide, is really an essential part of our corporate culture. Each of our destinations has a very distinct culture. Most of our destinations also have a very strong connection to the indigenous culture or the host culture of the place. And it's our Outriggers culture to connect with that, because we want to make sure that when we are entering a new destination, that our hospitality is reflecting really the hospitality of the place, that it's not a canned or standardized, globally standardized type of hospitality. It's one that really reflects the cultures of the places where we are.
What you're saying in some ways seems to me to be the mission statement of a lot of hotel groups. I mean, what makes Outrigger perhaps different from that?
Well, I can't speak for other organizations, but I will tell you that we do live by our mission statement. The very last statement in our mission statement is we work as a family in harmony with the cultures and environments of the places where we do business. And the work that I do, that's a personal mantra for me, especially because I'm one of the first people to go in and to meet the hosts, our new Outrigger hosts of the different places, the different destinations. And my Hawaiian grandmother taught me an important phrase many, many years ago. She said, "Young man, kulikawaha ho'olohi ka pepeo," which means shut the mouth, open the ear. It was a lesson in humility. So in my travels, and I think in a great deal of how we approach a new partnership, is to go in all open-eared, to listen to the people that we're talking to, the people of these various cultures, and to understand their culture. And what's really a successful piece of Outrigger's way of doing business is understanding the local culture first and then tying the Outrigger culture into that. So at the very foundation of where we are, what we do, it really is the local culture.
Now, thanks to some of your country people's banks back in 2008, they plunged the world into a bit of an economic depression. How's the Outrigger Group, and how do you see the general hotel industry recovering from all that? Is the recovery still on?
That's a tough question.
Well, you're not here for the easy questions.
That's true. Well, let's see, how do I answer that question? You know, from an Outrigger perspective, we have a brilliant strategy that diversifies, number one, our product, the accommodations, and our locations. We are not just a hotel company. We have hotels, we have resort hotels, but we also have condominiums, we also have timeshares. And I think for Outrigger, I can't speak so much for the global aspect of it, but I think for Outrigger, diversifying our efforts, building a strategy that allows for different guest experiences. It's really been a successful piece for us.
You've been in the industry for a long time. If I could ask you, say, in the last 10 years, what's been the one thing that's really changed for the business, what would it be?
Wow, I'm gonna probably say guests' needs and expectations. You know, a lot of our destinations have repeat guests, and something I just recently learned from meetings and our conference here is we have had generations and generations of guests coming. Meanwhile, our staff generations are also changing too, and many of our hosts many of our hosts are new, and they've not had that contact with the families coming. And so you have these families continually coming, different generations of them. Our generations of employees are changing, and we have an opportunity at Outrigger to help our new hosts understand the expectations of our guests. Okay.
How long are you here in Thailand?
I'm here till early Sunday morning.
Okay, I have to ask you, you're a world-weary traveller, you've been to some very nice hotels. What's your feelings about Phuket generally as a tourist destination?
You know, I've not seen...
You don't have to be nice, just tell us what
I've not seen a lot, or I have seen a lot of Phuket. I've not spent a great deal of time outside. I've been very fortunate by some of the staff to take me out on their days off. Phuket is a rich, spiritual country. My first visit, I came to appreciate that spirituality. I am in the Hawaiian culture a kahu, or a cultural practitioner, so it was a very easy connection for me to make. And here in Thailand, the people just have this spiritual essence about them. The smiles are gentle and warm and welcoming, and that touches me, that touches my soul. So I have a nice connection with Phuket.
Kaipo, thank you very much for your time. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
coming to Phuket, and lovely to speak to you.
Thank you.
An international baccalaureate world school underpinned with a social, emotional, learning, and mindfulness approach. Help your child reach their full potential. Visit our website today.